A very warm welcome to you all. We are here for our industry session with our community partners, Soho House Mumbai. Welcome. Uh, and I'm Sonia from the year-round program of the festival. Before we start, I just want to shout out to some of the team members. So we have the festival co-director, Maitri Das Gupta. Hi guys. And not here, but very much in spirit, Dipti Dakuya, who's the artistic director, and Anu Rangachav, who is the head of international programming, who's helped put this together. A shout out to Eden for holding it all together ably with Anushka, and Prashant, who's kind of pretty much done the heavy lifting for the industry program. So here we are, and so it takes a village to make a film, yeah. So, and a lifetime of learning, unlearning, relearning, and that is what the industry program hopes to achieve. To bring people together, to learn from each other, build a community, share experiences, and that's what we hope to do with the sessions over the next 3 days. The first session is a session that is very close to Mami's heart, a session about films in the cinema. As we see our audiences in the cinema these days at the festival, and as we have seen audiences in the cinema in some of the films that we're going to be talking about today, some of the biggest theatrical hits of the year, of which the filmmakers are here with us. And so we'd like to just talk to them about this, the whole experience of bringing people back to the theaters in a way. So let me start by introducing, alphabetically, I think, Aditya Satpodar, the director of Munja. The film grossed over 125 crores at the Indian box office. There's
Thank you.
There's Chidambaram, the director
Hello.
of Manjumal Boys. The film has gone on to become one of the biggest hits in the South Indian industry. We have Soham Shah, the actor and producer of Tumbad. The film gained a cult status since its release in 2018, leading to its re-release in 2024, and it is now the highest box office grosser in India for re-releases. And Gayatri Gulati, who is Senior VP at Viacom 18 Studios, years experience in the Indian film industry and has led various revenue verticals, including international theatrical distribution, digital licensing, and television licensing. And steering the conversation is Monica Vahi, curator and creative consultant. Over to you all. Yeah.
Thank you. Is this? So thank you all for coming today. It's so wonderful to see an absolute full house. And credit to Mami, but also, of course, credit to all the panelists. I'm sure you've come here to listen to them. So, last year at Mami, there was a panel on cinema of the spectacle. And last year, they were within the same industry program, there were a lot of these rather sobering conversations about how post-pandemic, other audiences really are coming to watch only big spectacle films with big stars. Some of them are also not working, but the smaller films, the mid-level films, are not really pulling in audiences. In fact, earlier this year, beginning of this year, the FICCI M&E report quite confidently said that 80% of the production houses are expecting much more formulaic films. And so it's quite a delicious turnaround that within a year, here we are, sitting with filmmakers who really were responsible for this absolute 360-degree reassessment. So thank you, really. Welcome to you all over here. Their films, as Sonia has already said, Aditya's film Munja, and Aditya is actually a Marathi filmmaker before this. And so it's the first foray into Hindi film. And that's broken all these records. It's also sort of become I think, the biggest TV premiere, right? It's a horror comedy. Chidambaram's film Manjumal Boys, which is like this very gritty survival thriller. Besides breaking all records in terms of Malayalam films, it's also one of the top earners, top 10 earners of Indian films for this year as well. And it's done, I think, more than 250 crores or some such. Yeah. Of course, Soham's film, which is this absolutely ambitious, artistic, eloquent foray into horror, which was made so long back and it's had a really long journey. And you've had the courage to re release it. And it's the audiences which have pulled, which have sort of, the audiences in OTT, which have gone straight then to the theaters also to watch it. So, first, I want to begin by just sort of trying to decode this. What has happened this year after last year's very somber assessment of the post-pandemic world? What do you think has happened? So, Aditya, can I start with you?
See, what's happened is everyone has been proven wrong in a lot of senses. I feel Soham is a producer, so he'll also know that a lot of economics kind of go into setting up a film, making a film. And we always have this kind of a numbers thrown at us when we're making the film, when we're budgeting a film, we're setting up a film. So we're told that, okay, this is the viable budget that you'll get for a film which has no stars in it, no big actors in it, or a very tropical local film subject. So we realized that, okay, when we're setting up a film, where are these numbers coming from? They're coming from data that's always kind of producers have got over a period of time. And as you rightly said, last year has been a year of spectacle cinema. So a lot of producers did still feel that, if you don't have a big star in a film, or if it's not a big mounted film and you're going theatrical with the film, you need to kind of either fit it into a certain budget so that you minimize the risk on it, or then you kind of add all these elements of the commercial elements rather in it. But I feel, and I would say this actually starting from Manjumal Boys, because I do remember that film breaking those numbers and getting, even in Maharashtra, in North India, the numbers that the film did. And then Labata Ladies, and then Madgaon Express, and all these other films that kind of followed, started breaking that norm to a point where I remember when we were about to release my film, the numbers that Ormax gave me, which is Ormax is an agency that gives you predictions, on it's like your initial kind of what do you call it, exit poll, I would say, for cinema. So they give you this number and they tell you that, okay, you're going to do these numbers, and we had got some ridiculous numbers. We were like kind of told that your film will open really small, and if the film has a merit, then Monday might be a chance for it to build. But then all these numbers were proven wrong. So I kind of feel now nobody could have, and neither did we, have an idea of what we would do. But slowly we have started realizing that a lot of films that have pure content and are different films. Like I'm sure that I'm so glad that Tumbat released again, because people are now aware of the film, and everybody that I know of has gone back from the industry, has gone back to the theaters and seen the film again. So I do feel that now the awareness is better about content, and I think the people post-pandemic have definitely are more I would say educated in good content. They've been exposed to better content, is what I feel.
Aditya, your film, even the opening of it was pretty solid. So without any stars, which obviously you guys weren't expecting. So it's, of course, with word of mouth after that it picked up. But even the opening was, you were competing with whatever, Chandu champion, and then you left that behind. So why do you think the opening itself was?
See, that we've been in Marathi cinema, we've always been told that if a film is good, it will pick up on a Monday, because the word of mouth is very important. So your Friday, Saturday, Sundays, first weekend might be low. Your second weekend might be bigger and better. And we've seen that happen in regional cinema, at least here, a lot. So when I wanted to open my film, and when we were on I remember on a Tuesday, me and Amar and Dinesh Vijan, we were kind of wondering what the numbers would be. Ormax gave us numbers of 75 lakhs on a Friday. And my total Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend prediction was at 2.5 crores. So we said, okay, might as well take a chance and see how it goes. So when the Friday numbers came in the evening of 425, we were shocked that how did these numbers even come in? And then we started tracking where people are watching these films. And we realized a lot of theaters contributing to these numbers were in B and C centers and were single screen theaters. So we realized that audience is also coming to watch movies in big numbers, which otherwise is not going to every film, even a star film or a big mounted film. So that was one, and I do feel that, what you just asked. I kind of feel that uh, a Friday opening is important because you need a certain number of people to come to theaters so that the word spreads more and so that your numbers kind of grow. But your audience is extremely well aware of what they want to watch and whether they want to give it a shot even on a Friday by looking at a campaign, the trailer, and the first preview of the film. And where's the preview coming from? It is what you are showing them. So your entire campaigning is extremely important, which I feel has to be very smartly done, rather than kind of bombard them with too much of data and content. Kind of tease them enough for them to come to theaters and try to give your film a shot. And one common thing about my film that I kind of read or heard a lot on the first weekend was that we went in not expecting much or not knowing much. And we were kind of really surprised. But why did they even give a film a chance if they were not expecting much? I think they got teased enough to come to the theaters because it felt like a different film or felt like a different subject, is what I am assuming could be the assessment. Yeah.
And Chidambaram, you released your film as what is considered a dry period, right? Like sandwich between the elections and the exams and the IPL. And yet, it was his film actually made the fastest 200 crores ever. So can you sort of talk us through that? Was it a strategy to sort of release it then, and also again the same question: what do you think really worked for?
There was no specific strategy to release. We were forced to release at that time because we couldn't hold that movie for a long time because it's not exactly a cheap movie comparing to cheap means in production wise, like comparing to other Malayalam movies. We spent around 20 crores to make the film, and there were no stars in it, and most of the money we spent was to build the cave. So my producer was equally crazy. That's why how I was like able to mount the film. So we were forced to release as soon as the movie is finished. I was on the final mix even before, like 2 days before release, and the upload and everything was crazy. Like most of the Malayalam films are done like that. Like, so we didn't have a specific strategy or anything, and we were very tense because the exams were approaching, the elections and the IPL, and so we expected a very slow opening. But I don't know why we only had 2 songs and a trailer for as a promotion material, and I was very keen about not revealing much before. So it was like people saw it as a travel movie of a bunch of boys going to a trip, and it's a feel good movie. Then it all changed in the first show. So the only strategy that I put was like they should only know what the film is about when on the first show. And I really trust on the word of mouth. My first film worked like that, so I really bet on that. Like, I think that's what worked for Manjumal Boys. Yeah.
And you also had, your social media really did come to play in your film. Whether you were part of it or not, but it was really the influencers and others who were sort of spreading that word.
Yeah, I think so because we didn't get much time to strategize our marketing or anything, and people took it on word of mouth and through influencers and everything. And what really connected is what I think is like this bunch of reckless boys. They are like in every part of the world, in Mumbai, in Bihar, in Kerala. So and then the people who are like 40s or 30s, they were those boys like at one point of time. So everyone connected, and a lot of mothers came to watch the film. So that really changed the demographic because if a mother comes out, the whole family has to come. So that's a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
So that really helped, and so I think that really changed the numbers for the film. Rather than just youngsters and men coming to watch the movie, the whole family came to watch the movie. And what else I thought I realized is I was showing this movie in Russia last week. So the war is going on. So and they were really moved because you stand for one life and there's a war going on the other side, and the whole movie is about saving one life. So the value of life,
Yeah.
that I also realized later, and that's what really worked, and that's why I think the mothers came to watch the movie, I think.
Yeah, wonderful. I mean, for both your films, it's really sort of family audiences which are coming. And your film, the main protagonist, I'm sure everybody's already watched this film, but the main protagonists, they're not macho, they're not even, I mean, they've got receding hairline,
Yeah.
pot bellies, and absolutely working class people. And so I'm assuming that also worked in, tier 2, tier 3 cities
Yeah.
everywhere.
So it is. So I wanted the boys to be like gray, like not really good boys. Like they are mischievous, they break the rules and everything, and really brought it on themselves. You know, like it's their fault only. And they are all working class people. So that's exactly what, like you said, like connected with a lot of audience because it's one of them, like it's one among them. Yeah.
So, I mean, we know, of course, great content. We're aware that even films with absolutely great content sometimes still don't, often actually, still don't make it big in the box office. And we have Soham's film, which, you know, he released in 2018. And then, if I'm correct, and you can correct me, but then also you were able to recover your money and make a somewhat of a neat profit. Somewhat you were able to recover your money, or yes, but then it's been 6 years, and I think then also you announced perhaps you'll have a sequel, and but so we are expecting you to say, okay, now I'm going to move on from this film, I'm going to make a sequel. But what is it that made you want to re-release the film?
आई थिंक फिल्म के साथ नाइंसाफ़ी हुई थी मुझे लगता है कि जस्टिस नहीं हुआ था फिल्म के साथ और ये सब डेस्टिनी का प्लान होता है कि आप मूव नहीं हो सकते हो कि स्टोरी का आइडिया ही क्रैक नहीं हो रहा है। तुम्बाड़ 2 मैं बहुत पहले से बनाना चाह रहा हूँ, मतलब ये लोग क्रिएटिव लोग हैं, ये जानते हैं अच्छे से कि आइडियाज़ आना बहुत आसान है, आइडियाज़ को स्क्रीन प्ले बनाने में ना जान निकल जाती है। और मुझे कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं करना था कि तुम्बाड़ को प्यार मिल गया तो मुझे बना देनी है, तो तुम्बाड़ 2 बनी नहीं क्योंकि इसकी री रिलीज़ बाकी थी। ये मुझे लगता है कि ऊपर वाले का प्लान है। तो और री रिलीज़ की बात जहाँ तक है वो ये था कि मैं जब भी सोशल मीडिया पे कुछ भी पोस्ट करता था, अच्छा चश्मा, अच्छी घड़ी, मुझे 2 ही कमेंट आते थे कि तुम्बाड़ 2 क्यों नहीं बनाते हो और तुम्बाड़ को री रिलीज़ क्यों नहीं कर देते हो। और लोग मुझे बता रहे हैं कि यू डोंट नो द पोटेंशियल ऑफ द फिल्म, यू शुड री रिलीज़ इट। मैंने कहा भाई मैं कर दूंगा, पर ये बहुत बड़ा तामझाम होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप फट से री रिलीज़ कर दो। और फिर तो मुझे लगता कि बाढ़ ही आ गई थी मैसेजेस की लास्ट के टाइम पर, और मुझे लगा कि यार इसको री रिलीज़ कर देना चाहिए, करेक्ट टाइम में। तुम्बाड़ 1 जब रिलीज़ हुई थी मुझे लगता कि ऑडियंस इतनी इवॉल्व नहीं थी। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लैंडस्केप बहुत चेंज था कि टाइम नहीं मिलता था, डेट नहीं मिलती थी। सोहम शाह नोबडी, राही अनिल बर्वे नोबडी, कोई फेस नहीं था हमारे पास। जो भी फिल्म ने किया वो अपनी मेरिट पे किया, ऑडियंस के प्यार से किया। मतलब तुम्बाड़ की तो जर्नी जो है वो ऑडियंस के प्यार पर डिपेंडेंट है कि आप रिलीज़ करते हो तो भी आपको थोड़ा बहुत प्यार मिलता है, फिर OTT पे बहुत प्यार मिलता है, फिर री रिलीज़ में बहुत प्यार मिलता है। ये सिर्फ ऑडियंस, सोशल मीडिया, इन सब चीज़ों का कमाल है कि एक फ़िल्म 6 साल तक यूट्यूब पर भी लोगों ने देखी होगी, अमेज़ोन पे तो देखी ही है, और देखने के बाद भी री रिलीज़ होती है। तो वो मुझे लगता है कि जब रिलीज़ हुई थी तब हमारी ऑडियंस इतनी इवॉल्व नहीं थी। बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड ना चीज़ें बदल गई हैं, और मुझे लगता है कि इंडिया भी इतनी तेज़ गति से बदल रहा है ना कि हर जगह इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल्स हो गए हैं, लैंडस्केप बहुत तेज़ी से बदल रहा है, ऑडियंस बहुत तेज़ी से बदल रही है। कि इस साल का सरप्राइज़ ये है कि सब फिल्में सरप्राइज़ हैं। लाइक अगर शाहरुख खान साहब हैं तो आप अज्यूम कर सकते हो कि एक जवान पठान 500 करोड़ का नंबर कर सकती है बिकॉज यू हैव शाहरुख खान, ठीक है। बट अ मुंजिया इज डूइंग 100 करोड़, या मंजूमल बॉयज़ को इतना प्यार मिलना, या तुम्बाड़ को री रिलीज़ में इतना प्यार मिलना, कोई स्टार नहीं है भाई, कोई गाने नहीं है हमारे पास। जो आपने एक बीच में बात की, मार्केटिंग एक और बहुत बड़ा सब्जेक्ट है कि फिल्म मेकिंग में मार्केटिंग एक और बहुत बड़ा सब्जेक्ट है कि हमें नहीं समझ में आ रहा था कि हम तुम्बाड़ 2 को भी इस बार मार्केट कैसे करें। हमारे पास गाने नहीं थे, हमारे पास स्टार्स नहीं थे, तो हमारे पास क्या था कि हमारे पास बहुत सारा मटेरियल था, हमारे पास बहुत सारी फुटेजेस थी, हमने पोस्टर्स बनाए, हमने ट्रेलर बनाए, हमने इतना मटेरियल निकाला। मुझे लगता है हमने 5-7 फिल्मों का मटेरियल एक ही फिल्म में निकाल दिया। लोग थक गए, लोगों की आंखों में से खून आने लग गए। लोगों ने कहा भाई बंद कर दो यार, बहुत देख लिया, बहुत देख लिया, ये दादी का वीडियो लो, तुम ये मेकिंग का वीडियो लो। तो एक मार्केटिंग का मुझे लगता है कि तो हमारे यहाँ सेटअप नहीं है। और दूसरा ये साल इसलिए बहुत सरप्राइजिंग रहा है कि जादू हुआ है। मुझे लगता है कि तुम्बाड़ जैसी फिल्म के साथ, या चाहे आप स्त्री 2 की भी बात करो तो भी उसने वो जो नंबर किया है, या मुंजिया ने जो नंबर किया है। और मुझे लगता है कि ऑडियंस प्रिडिक्टेबल कंटेंट से थक गई है कि एक लड़का है, एक लड़की है, प्यार मोहब्बत और मिल जाएंगे लास्ट में, पता है। तो अभी मुंजिया में क्या है कि लड़का बीच में आ जाता है, वो क्या करेगा, आप यू कांट प्रिडिक्ट, तुम्बाड़ में यू कांट प्रिडिक्ट कि आपका ऑडियंस जो नई ऑडियंस है उसको कुछ नया अतरंगी देखना है। तो मुझे लगता है कि वो हम सब लोगों के कंटेंट के फेवर में काम किया है। जहाँ तक आपकी कॉन्वर्जेशन थी कि 1 साल पहले ये बातें हो रही थी कि इवेंट फिल्में ही चलेंगी, वो कोविड आया था तो ये सील हो गया था कि भाई अब तो तुम सब घर जाओ, अब बड़े वाले ही चलेंगे, अब तुम्हारे लिए कोई स्पेस नहीं है। पर मुझे लगता है कि उन फिल्मों के लिए भी स्पेस है, इवेंट फिल्मों के लिए भी स्पेस है। अगर आप कुछ बहुत शिद्दत से बनाओ, बहुत मेहनत से बनाओ और कुछ नया बनाने की कोशिश करो तो डेफिनेटली स्पेस है। मुझे लगता है कि तुम्बाड़ में मैंने रियलाइज़ किया कि एक नई ऑडियंस मिली है तुम्बाड़ को, जो पहले नहीं थी। जो हमारे 18-20 साल के बच्चे होंगे, जनजी जो ऑडियंस है शायद, वो मैं एक बार पीवीआर जुहू गया था एक शो में, तो बहुत 18-20-22 साल के बच्चे थे। तो वो एक नई ऑडियंस मुझे लगता है कि तुम्बाड़ को भी मिली है, मुंजा को भी मिली है, मंजूमल बॉयज़ को तो डेफिनेटली मिली है। तो मुझे लगता है कि वो हमारे वर्क के फेवर में काम किया है।
पर 2018 और अब में खास करके जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, अभी आप इरोज़ के साथ में आपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जो किया, उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बता सकते हैं? क्योंकि काफ़ी ऐसी फिल्म्स बनती हैं अच्छे कंटेंट के साथ में, लेकिन अगर उनको मार्केटिंग एक चीज़ और दूसरा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन अच्छा ना मिले तो इज़ देयर एनीथिंग दैट यू वांट टू शेयर फ्रॉम दिस एक्सपीरियंस?
डेफिनेटली सबसे पहले तो मैं चिदम्बरम का थैंक यू कहूँगा कि उसने कहा कि यार मेरा प्रोड्यूसर क्रेजी था। पहले तो प्रोड्यूसर को क्रेडिट नहीं मिलता है इस इंडस्ट्री में, सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है ये अकॉर्डिंग टू मी। सब मैं यहाँ हूँ बिकॉज आई एम एन एक्टर। अगर मैं सिर्फ प्रोड्यूसर होता मुझे कोई नहीं बुलाता। नहीं, मैं ये सच कह रहा हूँ। नहीं, इट्स लाइक दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम। वी डोंट गिव क्रेडिट टू प्रोड्यूसर। प्रोड्यूसर भैया, अगर डायरेक्टर माँ है तो प्रोड्यूसर बाप है, और डायरेक्टर बाप है तो प्रोड्यूसर माँ। ये मेरा मानना है, खास करके इंडी प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए। आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट स्टूडियोज। लाइक व्हेन आई मेड शिप ऑफ थीसिस, इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फिल्म कि अपने पैसे डालना, अपने मेहनत के। या तुम्बाड़ जैसी फिल्म जब हमने शुरू की थी तो 2012 में शुरू की थी। कोई ऐसा प्रेसिडेंट नहीं होता था। वीएफएक्स का नाम तो किसी ने सुना नहीं होता था तब तक। एक शायद शाहरुख खान साहब की एक फिल्म आई थी। तो जो ये मार्केटिंग, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, ये सब मुझे लगता है कि एक तो इसमें कॉन्वर्जेशन है कि ये काम जो है ना बहुत ही दिल का काम है। इसको दिमाग से करना जब जाओ ना तो थोड़ा टफ हो जाता है। जैसे 80s 90s में हमारे जो प्रोड्यूसर्स होते थे ना, वो सिंगल मैन सब कॉल ले रहे हैं। यश जौहर साहब जैसे, या यश चोपड़ा साहब, या राज कपूर साहब, जो भी प्रोड्यूसर्स होते हैं वो सिंगल सब कॉल खुद ही लेते थे। उनका खुद का रिस्क था, कोई कॉर्पोरेट स्ट्रक्चर नहीं था। तो वो फिर क्या होता है कि आपकी मोहब्बत होती है। फिर आप कहते हो कि यार मैं फिल्म बनाऊंगा, मैं दोबारा अगर मुझे समझ में नहीं आई तो मैं दोबारा भी शूट करूंगा। मैं इसके इतने प्रिंट लगा दूंगा, मैं इसको गांव गांव में पहुंचा दूंगा, मैं सब जगह पोस्टर लगा दूंगा। तो ये वैसा थोड़ा सा मोहब्बत वाला काम है मुझे लगता है। तो अभी जहां हम लैक कर रहे हैं ना, वो ये है कि हर फिल्म के लिए मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी सेम है कि एक बटन दबाओ, वो पीपीटी है। अभी मैं थक गया हूँ, आते हैं ना 7 उसमें पेजेस होते हैं कि विल डू दिस, विल डू दिस, विल डू दिस। कोई भी आपके पास पीआर वाला आए तो वो 7 पेजेस लेके आएगा, कोई भी मार्केटिंग वाला आएगा। अरे भाई, तुम्बाड़ वैसी फिल्म नहीं है। 2018 में हम वैसे नहीं बेच पाए थे कि इसको कैसे बेचें। इसको बहुत ही मीठी मटीरियल है, ऐसा कुछ बना नहीं है हिंदुस्तान से मेरे हिसाब से। हमने मतलब इतने पापड़ बेल के बनाई है फिल्म। 2012 में शुरू हुई थी, 6 साल लगे फिल्म को बनाने के लिए। मतलब कहीं भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ नहीं किया गया कि वीएफएक्स हुआ है तो स्वीडन से हुआ है, बारिश के लिए वेट कर रहे हैं, मूड फिल्म में। और मैं जेन्युइनली कहता हूँ कि मेरा दिल टूट गया था कि मुझे जब फिल्म नहीं चली थी। आपको लगता है कि आप इतनी शिद्दत से लाइक जैसे जो मुगले आजम के किस्से सुनते हो ना आपकी, भैया हीरे तो हैं तो रियल हीरो से शूट कर रहे हैं, या राजपूत साहब ने घर बेच दिया है। तो हमने उस पैशन से फिल्म बनाई थी। और यू नो कि आपका प्रोडक्ट में बहुत दम है, जो मैं आपको बात कह रहा हूँ कि इसीलिए वो री रिलीज हो पाई। कि दैट कॉन्फिडेंस मेरा, मतलब मैं तो बॉम्बे छोड़ के भाग जाता अगर तुम्बाड़ फिल्म नहीं होती तो। मैं तो हिंदी बोलने वाला आदमी हूँ, मुझे तो अंग्रेजी से डर बहुत लगता है भाई। मैं तो यहाँ फिट इन होने का मेरा बहुत चक्कर था। ये तो सिर्फ तुम्बाड़ थी तो ऐसा लगता था यार मैं कुछ बना रहा हूँ जो बहुत नायाब है। तो मैं रुका रहा। तो ये जो बात नहीं, ये टोटलिटी में बात है कि हमें प्रोड्यूसर्स ऐसे चाहिए, हमें इकोसिस्टम ऐसे चाहिए। अकॉर्डिंग टू मी आज की डेट में आप एक अच्छी फिल्म बनाओ, पर अगर वो 65% है कि आप अच्छी फिल्म बनाओ, एट द सेम टाइम 35% है कि आप फिल्म को उसको मार्केट करके लोगों तक कैसे पहुंचाओ। बिकॉज फ्राइडे का नंबर मैटर्स। कि अगर वो 20 लाख है ये इट्स अ डाटा बेस्ड थिंग कि वो 20 लाख है तो भाई आप 4-5 करोड़ ही कर पाओगे, अगर वो 2 करोड़ है तो आप 20 करोड़ कर पाओगे, वो 6 करोड़ है तो आप 60 करोड़ कर पाओगे। दिस इज डेटा कि फ्राइडे का नंबर आए कैसे, उसके लिए मार्केटिंग की ज़रूरत है, उसके लिए स्टूडियोज़ के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन आज की डेट में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप समझो, क्योंकि डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में तो ये भी सिनेमा खाली है। तुम्बाड़ को पहली बार जितने शो मिले थे, री रिलीज में उससे डबल शो मिले हैं।
जी
हमारे मतलब डबल स्क्रीन्स थे। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन 2018 में बहुत टफ था कि हमारे आगे अंधाधुंध है, पीछे बधाई हो, एक वीक की विंडो नहीं मिलती थी। अभी ये जो सब कुछ इतना हुआ है ना पिछले 4-5 सालों में, बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड, बिकॉज ऑफ, सॉरी यार मैं बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम ले रहा हूँ, पर मुझे लगता है कि मैं सब कुछ बता दूँ यहाँ। तो मुझे,
नहीं नहीं, अब अपनी बात खत्म करिए, बता के
हाँ, मुझे लग रहा है आप भी देख रही हैं कि मैं क्या कहाँ फंस गई, मैं कुछ ज़्यादा ही सवाल जवाब पूछ लिया मैंने इस आदमी से यार।
नॉट एट ऑल, बहुत बढ़िया, बताइए
तो
अपनी बात खत्म।
पीवीआर जो है उसके पास बहुत स्क्रीन्स है, सिनेमा के पास इंडिया में बहुत स्क्रीन्स हैं आपको देने के लिए।
जी
मेन प्रॉब्लम है कंटेंट और उसकी मार्केटिंग। मुझे लगता है कि अगर स्टूडियोज ये बिलीफ दिखाएं, क्योंकि हमारे जेंजी जो, ये मैं बहुत ही मेरी नॉलेज से, इंफॉर्मेशन से बोल रहा हूँ, उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ता कौन स्टार है। मतलब डेफिनेटली 600 करोड़ नहीं होगा, पर एक डिसेंट नंबर हो जाएगा। मैं तो चाहता भी नहीं मेरी फिल्म कभी 600 करोड़ करे, क्योंकि बहुत प्रेशर आता है, तो होगा भी नहीं, सॉरी। तो मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि अगर वो एक डिसेंट फिल्म बनाओ, आप डिसेंट मार्केटिंग करें, तो लोग देखने के लिए तैयार हैं। लोगों को नया कुछ चाहिए, कोहिरेंट कुछ चाहिए, एक ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। इसमें भी 2 मिनट बोल लूँ अगर आप कहें तो।
आप ऐसा करेंगे, दूसरे राउंड पे आपके पास वापस आऊंगी, बिकॉज में गायत्री भी बैठी हुई है।
अच्छा,
तो
आपका
गायत्री-
टाइम चले जा रहा है।
नहीं नहीं, हम अपने जो फोर्थ पैनलिस्ट है उससे
प्लीज
भी
प्लीज
कुछ
बोलने
बात
ने तो
सुनिए।
बहुत मस्त बात
अच्छा,
बताने वाला
चलिए चलिए, ब्रीफ में बता दीजिए।
हमारे जो राइटर्स है ना दोस्तों, सुनो तो सही यार, हमारे जो राइटर्स है ना, इनकी बहुत टैलेंट है यार, बहुत टैलेंट है। प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि फिल्म बनानी है हिंदुस्तान के लिए, और कंटेंट देख रहे हैं हम हॉलीवुड का, कंटेंट देख रहे हैं हम असगर फरादी का, कंटेंट देख रहे हैं हम फ्रेंच फिल्म का। आमोर सुपर्ब फिल्म है भाई, बहुत प्यारी फिल्म है, पर हमारे जो राइटर्स हैं ना, उनकी प्रॉब्लम है कि दोस्तों को रिझाना है। मेरा दोस्त ताली बजाए कि व्हाट यू हैव रिटन। आपको ऑडियंस के लिए नहीं लिखना है। अगर सिर्फ सिनेमा के लिए आप फिल्म बनाना चाहते हो, ये मेरी लास्ट लाइन है, तो आप सेकंड राउंड मुझे मत देना। तो ये मेरी लास्ट लाइन है कि सिनेमा के लिए अगर फिल्म बनाना चाहते हो ना, तो उसको आपको स्ट्रक्चर करना पड़ेगा। आप उसका बीट डिसाइड होगा कि आप ऑडियंस को बोर नहीं कर सकते। अगर वो पैसे देकर आया है तो आप उसको रुलाओ, आप उसको हंसाओ। आप, जैसे कि मैंने मुंशिया देखी, वो एक सर्कल में है और वो लड़की सर्कल में आती है, मुझे सब पता है फिर भी डर लगता है, तो सडनली मुझे कुछ हुआ, तो वो वर्क करता है, तो वो कुछ ना कुछ आपको करना पड़ेगा। सॉरी
नो
ज़्यादा
नो
सुन
नो, प्लीज अपोलोजाइज मत करिए, दिस इज वेरी गुड फॉर द ऑडियंस, सुनने के लिए आए हैं। बट गायत्री, एक्चुअली वांटेड टू नाउ कम टू यू, बिकॉज आपने काफ़ी बोला प्रोड्यूसर जो एक सिंगल पर्सन होता था, सब डिसीजंस करता था, आज कॉर्पोरेट्स हैं, एंड ऑफ कोर्स गायत्री हियर इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग वायकॉम, दो शी इज़ ऑन द साइड ऑफ सिंडिकेशन, लेकिन शी इज़ वेरी मच पार्ट ऑफ प्रोसेस ऑफ ग्रीन लाइटिंग फिल्म्स as well, naturally, because before green lighting you need to know what the potential of the film is in terms of numbers. So Gayatri, how are you reading this moment? जितनी ये ब्रेकआउट फिल्म्स इस साल हुई हैं, जो बात कर रहे हैं इस साल जादू हुआ है, एंड जो यंग लोग हैं दे लुकिंग फॉर यू नो न्यू कंटेंट एंड दे डोंट रियली केयर अबाउट स्टार्स, but is this a, what are the trends you are reading, and two, is this going to impact the kind of films you greenlight or not? Are you going to stop focusing primarily on your tentpole properties?
Actually, what Soham said is pretty right. कि वो जो end में जो आपने बोला, that's the key. कि audience को emotion, like you know, that emotion, whether it's fear, whether it is empathy, crying, laughing, whatever it is, that connect is very important. Whether it is coming from the hero, whether it's coming from the villain, doesn't matter. But that emotional connect, that you can get something out of the audience, is the key in any film, and that is what we are seeing. Only movies that are connecting is what is working. And that totally lies in the story, irrespective of the actor. Now, while we all appreciate this from a cinema, now coming from a studio on the green lighting process, कि क्या अभी हम सब छोटी movies green light करेंगे या सिर्फ tent pole पर ही जाएंगे. If you see, Viacom has right from the beginning we've done a great mix. For the longest time, we did only smaller films, whether it was Queen, Kahani, Andhadhun. Those are the kind of movies that we have done, which at the time of starting, we all knew that it's just a great story. None of them were big actors, but that was the conviction that we went ahead with. We also had the backing of जहाँ पर थोड़ा risk minimize हो जाता है, where there's television or there's OTT. Post-COVID, what has really happened, and the industry is right now into a flux, is the syndication part. The digital and the television buyers have completely changed their stand. So they have reasonably, they went over spurged during COVID because there was no content. So they just paid whatever it was, and whoever had a ready film made great monies at that point of time. And I'm sure all of them are under the scanner from their management. So suddenly they have become risk averse. They want to pick up content only where they know that the audience will come. Like you speak to any platform and there's like, is this content going to get me new subscribers? So me as a seller has to convince them कि ये नया subscriber लाएगा क्या? Unless and until it is of an A-lister actor, which is, whether it's a good movie or a bad movie, OTT पर तो आकर लोग देख ही लेंगे, चाहे थिएटर पर उसकी टिकट ले या ना ले. छोटी मूवी ये कैसे होगा? So those become then very challenging. So earlier, where I knew it's not 100%, but I'm at least getting some part of the money which is there. The rest, I will play the bet of going to the theater with the distribution, marketing, whatever it is. Today, that has become zero. Every movie is literally being picked up after it becomes a success. 12th Fail, such a big movie. The producers are big, the director is known. Yet the satellite and digital both got picked up after it became a big hit in the theaters. Then why should it be that where you have such a known director and a production house behind it, it still didn't sell pre? Now that is where what he's saying, it's the producer's conviction कि वो passion है, वो conviction है कि ये हम जाकर लगाएंगे. एक डील भी प्री नहीं है, but I'm putting my shirt on it. I'm putting it out over there. वो जो कहा इन्होंने कि producer की मोहब्बत है, जो एक individual producer से it's much more easier than when you are working in a larger ecosystem in today's time. At the end of it, आप देखिए अब आज कितने studios रह गए हैं, because when you right.
और अभी और भी कम हो जाएंगे with your merger, Reliance, Viacom and Disney will have total control. So also production houses are also worried that there will be less diversity of content even more because of this kind of consolidation. Is that something that you agree with, or you don't think that should be a concern?
Honestly, I can't say anything about the merger or the consolidation that is happening, but movies will keep getting made. With the kind of success that these movies have had, I'm sure they will still be more diverse. One thing which has very clearly come out is that during COVID, when everyone said that, audience has evolved. They have seen much more content. What has also happened is that they have found recreation beyond films. So pre-COVID, I think India as a country has been a very theater-going audience. आपको date पर जाना, it's a movie. आपको family के साथ जाना, it's a movie. So movie going was your only recreation. COVID के time पर people have figured more things out beyond films. So for them, after COVID, एक तो उनको recreation और मिल गया है, दूसरा movies बहुत देख ली हैं. Across continents, across languages, they have been exposed to much more. तो उसके बाद you have a much more evolved audience के आज अगर मैं टिकट का पैसा दे रहा हूँ, I want a good story, right? Otherwise, I have other things to do.
It's also, I think, also broken those kind of language barriers also.
Exactly.
No? Manjumal boys can play
Exactly.
here and, you know, so.
So where you're just exposed to content and you have found, so today then movie is not become my only recreation. I will still go to the theater, but I need my value of my ticket. It needs to be an interesting story. It needs to evoke some emotion out of me, connect at some level. So it's not always about the hero winning now. It can be a common man like Manjuman Boys, where you can relate this is like someone like me and you have a win out of there. It can be a Munja where he's not your, like, you know, the good positive guy, but it's evoking some emotion and you'll go for that. So it's just a different, it's all about the story and the execution of the whole thing.
Wonderful. I think now we'll just open it up for the audiences. Any questions? And please keep your question brief and give your name. Yeah. And also tell us who the question is specifically for.
Hello. Yeah. Hi, I'm Sakshi. First of all, I just want to thank Mami and Soho because the spread of people here is all about horror films and I love horror films. So thank you. My question is to Soham and Gayatri. A lot of times I've heard that, as you said, that people are either looking for big names, either a big director or a big star in the project. And I'm talking particularly not just of theatrical release, but also OTT as well. Because right now we're working on a sitcom and we've been trying to pitch it to people and people are like, oh, you don't have a big actor. You don't have a big director. So how are you going to get it done? So is it really a thing? Because I've heard that a lot of channels, networks, production houses, they all are looking for ROI. Is it going to get me returns? As you said, is it going to get me subscribers? So how true is it? Because we've been hearing it a lot at a lot of places. So that's my question.
So, आप जवाब देना चाहेंगे? मैं काफ़ी बोल चुका हूँ.
I'm on the same side. Like I handle syndications. My primary job is to go and sell all the content that is there. And yes, presently that is the thing where people are looking at what it is. It's not necessary that it needs to have big names attached, but then you really need to have a story which is the hero, which is literally blowing the minds off of whoever's sitting across the table. Agar if they just find that the story is unique, something which is a clutter breaker, which can stand out, yes, they will put the money back. Otherwise, if it is just another story, okay, it's a good to have thing, then they need the name attached. Because for them also it has become कि हम या तो story बोलेगी या तो actor बोलेगा. दोनों में से कोई एक चीज़ तो आपके पास outstanding होनी चाहिए. That's definitely the present, or at least since the past 1 year, that's the conversations that's always been happening.
तो सबसे पहले तो आप हॉरर फिल्म्स देखती हैं, तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. मैंने सिर्फ 1.5 हॉरर फिल्म देखी आज तक मेरी ज़िंदगी में. मुझे बहुत डर लगता है हॉरर फिल्म से.
मैंने कल ही स्माइल 2 देखी.
अरे वाह. मैंने एक राज देखी, एक भूत देखी है और राज आदि देखी है. बट आंसरिंग योर क्वेश्चन, यहाँ ना सब फंसे हुए हैं. व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू से कि यू वांट टू क्रिएट कंटेंट. First of all, you have to understand you don't know कि it's in your head because you're very passionate कि my content is very good. Definitely ये होगा तो भी आप आगे बढ़ पाओगे. बट ना हम सब उस सिचुएशन में फंसे हुए हैं, किसी के पास जवाब नहीं है कि who will produce this content, how ये बने कैसे. नहीं है, स्टूडियो के लिए नहीं है रिटर्न ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. मुझे कोई फिल्म के लिए पैसे नहीं देता है. मैं मेरी नेक्स्ट फिल्म बना रहा हूँ, मैंने अपने पैसों से ही बनाई है. तो इट्स टफ कि स्टार्स नहीं है तो फिल्म कैसे बनाएं. आई थिंक जहाँ थोड़ा सा आंसर मेरे पास है कि यू हैव सोशल मीडिया, यू कैन मेक स्टफ इन लेस प्राइस, वेरी इजीली यू कैन शूट. जैसे बहुत सारे चीज़ें बन रही हैं. ये सिर्फ मेरा सजेशन है कि आप वैसा कुछ करके यू कैन ट्राई, और फिर वो धीरे 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 चल के कहीं पहुंचता है. दैट्स द जर्नी. और इसका किसी के पास जवाब नहीं है. बहुत सारे लोग हैं, बहुत कुछ लिख रहे हैं, बहुत कुछ बनाना चाहते हैं, बहुत कुछ पिच करना चाहते हैं, पर कहीं ग्रीन लाइट नहीं हो रहा. उनकी बात अपनी जगह सही है, स्टूडियो वालों की, और वो सिर्फ स्टार नहीं भाई, वो OTT के भी पीछे हैं कि OTT डील देगा तो दे कैन मेक फिल्म्स. दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर देम कि OTT आया, OTT ने सब कुछ ले लिया. OTT पे कुछ भी बिकता था एक टाइम पर, अभी OTT के पास स्लॉट नहीं है, 2026 का स्पॉट मिलेगा. तो बहुत ही वैसी सिचुएशन है. दिस इज़ ओनली माई सजेशन. जो शायद आपका यही था ना कि सवाल कि ये हम लोग कंटेंट बनाकर कैसे पहुंचाएं. तो आई थिंक दिस इज़ द ओनली आंसर विच TVF हैव डन इन इंडिया, कि आप उनके शोज़ देखो, राइटिंग पे इतनी काम होती है पर प्रोडक्शन वैल्यू बहुत कम में बना लेते हैं. दिस इज़ द ओनली वे आई थिंक.
आपने जब स्टार्ट किया था, बिकॉज आपने
Sorry,
प्रोड्यूस
can we not have a counter question?
I'm just
sorry, we'll
adding
have to
to
go.
it.
Why don't we do this? Because you have counter questions after the panel's over, you can catch
Okay,
Soham.
I'll do that. I'm
right?
sorry.
So I'm just actually Soham की बात से लेकर, क्योंकि definitely budget को control करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, खासकर कि आप जैसे फिल्म मेकर्स के लिए अगर हम बजट को कंट्रोल. सो कैन यू ऑल्सो, आदित्य एंड चिदम्बरम, कैन यू टॉक अबाउट हाउ the kind of sort of creative budgeting, how you can be economical? Are there any sort of suggestions or tips you have for getting as much optimum efficiency out of a low budget?
You need to make your films in low budgets is a given.
Yeah.
आप ऐसे नहीं कि आपके पास एक एक्टर बड़ा है तो यू कैन गो ऑन स्प्लर्जिंग. सिनेमा बनाने के लिए ना एक बजट लगता है. यू नीड अ सर्टेन नंबर ऑफ मनीज टू मेक अ फिल्म. Everything over it is splurging. And I think as regional filmmakers, and I'm sure even Chidambaram will agree with this, that we are taught to make films, or we've kind of programmed ourselves to make films in really small budgets. But I do feel that what discussion was happening here, and what I think most of us are saying, is eventually you need a producer who believes in that budget and the film and the budget the script requires. Because when you go to a corporate, and I've made a film with a corporate company, and also I know what happens is too many departments have a lot of things to say also about the script. You have a marketing team, you have a research team, you have a programming team, you have all of them kind of giving their inputs on the viability of the script and the budget it should be made in. But when you're making it with a single producer or a single mind who kind of believes in it and wants to go all out, then the conviction of that man on the script is of utmost importance. And I don't think a film like Tumbad would ever be made if the people who were putting money on the film did not believe in the script and the potential it had. Like, I'll tell you very simply, the budget of Munja has 50% in VFX and the rest 50 in making the film. And nobody would put that money in kind of, you break down a budget today, nobody would say कि आप 10 करोड़ budget सिर्फ VFX पे खर्च कर लो, 10 में फिल्म बनाओ. They'll be like, यार पागलपन है यार, 10 में कौन VFX करता है अगर 20 करोड़ का budget फिल्म का है तो ये क्यों आता है? Because the producer believes that no, this is our hero. Let's go all out. Now, if I get better money, I can do better VFX. But we also know कि cap इधर तक रखते हैं. Let's make the film in this numbers and see if we get great response. Next film we make, we can push it a little further and a lot more. But then I would want to say this, that only a single producer can have that conviction to say, overnight sit and say, okay, you need this for the film. I believe the script needs this for the film. I will give you that money and make the film in that budget. So I think that's what it is eventually. A director, what he just rightly said, कि director is माँ है तो producer बाप है, वो बाप पैसे देगा तो ही film बनेगी, नहीं तो film नहीं बनती है.
Chidambaram, your
I totally agree with what Aditya said. Like in Malayalam also, we are taught to or trained to think within the budget, and even when we are writing 1,000 people we will cut and make it 100. So that is our superpower also. So we don't rely or bet on the spectacle. We rely on the content and the emotions, and only. And for Manjumal Boys, we were making a movie like this for the first time. Like everyone, even the producers, the production designer. So only a single producer can like make that decision, and even if it's a studio, like it will be hard to mount. And just like that, we spend like most of our budget building the cave, and because cave is the hero of the film. So yeah, so to convince a studio or a bigger panel to convince, I don't think it is very feasible. But yeah, the producer takes all the credit for that.
चलो कुछ तो हुआ काम.
sorry, two.
Rohan, my question is for Chidambaram, but it also precedes with what Aditya said with regard to the producer. You said you are a crazy producer. And when you go to a producer, you're going with a blank canvas, blank slate. I don't know if you have a storyboard or anything, but how do you convince him? What was your pitch for Manjumal Boys?
To be frank, I didn't have to pitch for Manjumal Boys. Me and producer, we both are friends. The producer is Saubin Shahir. We are both friends and we knew for a long time. We worked. I was an assistant director in a lot of the movies he acted. He's also an actor. He did the role of Kutetan, the guy who goes down and saves the boy. So he was the producer. So we both knew the story about this boy. It's like this happened. So it is a urban legend that circulates in the city. And so one day we were, after my first movie, we were sitting and we were talking about the incident and we decided like that. And so let's do this. And the budget and everything came later. And I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, so that's how it happened. So I didn't have to exactly convince him. So we started it together.
No, but what he said was right. The producer has to be a little crazy. वो पागल थोड़ा आदमी है तो उसको क्या कन्विंस कर हाउ कैन यू कन्विंस अ क्रेजी इंडिविजुअल यू हैव टू शो हिम दैट मैडनेस ऑन पेपर ऑल्सो एंड ही हैज टू बिलीव इन दैट मैडनेस एंड आई डू फील दैट इवेंचुअली पीपल हु आर प्योर people who understand cinema and the producers who understand what a what filmmaking is and what a good and bad film is and who are putting their monies on the right films. I think those people are the ones that we all aspire to work with because as directors, we want to work with people where we're not telling them कि इतना पैसे में इतना हो सकता है. We're telling them कि इतना पैसे हमारा output क्या आ सकता है. So eventually it is their relationship that makes or breaks a film. And I think Som sitting here is a prime example of a producer who has been an actor also. Same thing in your film also. The lead actor is the producer of the film. So that belief also, I think, is why would he produce a film like this? Or why would Som put his money in a film like Tumbad? When I'm sure, Som, you want to do...
ताकि एक्ट कर पाओ.
तो आप तो कमर्शियल फिल्म भी कर सकते थे बट वही ना कि इट्स इवेंचुअली द बिलीफ इन द स्क्रिप्ट.
Hi, everybody. It's been fantastic listening to all of you. Thank you so much, Mami, for making this happen. My name is Nikki. I'm an actor and an aspiring producer. So I have two very tiny questions. The first one is about the TV+++ model that I'm hearing is starting, which is with like 200 episodes or 300 episodes and that getting greenlit and being put on OTT platforms. I heard Sony is doing something like that. So what do you guys think about something like that coming to the foray? And the second question is, since all of you all spoke about marketing and how important that is in getting the first day's number right, what's the process when you decide on a marketing agency and you decide, okay, these are the collaterals that you want to work on, stuff like that?
Gayatri, you want to start with the first question?
Honestly, I'm not aware about anyone greenlighting 200 episodes at one go. So, in fact, if you're talking about series, I don't know. Are you talking about television shows or are you talking about series for the OTT platform? Okay, so as far as I know, that's not something that I have been aware of. In fact, getting a second season greenlit along with the first itself is quite challenging and a huge win if someone gets that. Because everyone is looking that you put out the first season, if it works, then the second season goes out, or once they see it, and that's when the second season goes. So that's what it is. And on the second question of your marketing, that is, you have to meet with the agency, somebody who understands your content and can pick on that, break the mold of just giving you a standardized thing. That's the team that you need to work with. Because marketing is what will get you your first day audience in. So it's very important that the people who are managing that also connect with your content and are equally passionate about it, because then only then, like, आप 3 घंटे या 2 घंटे की मूवी में से एक 3 मिनट का ट्रेलर काट रहे हो, and if you're not connecting with that content and you're not passionate about it, you'll not do a great job. That's what I feel, that you just have to move with the team and then you know that, okay, this is the right one.
That TV++ model, I have kind of tried to dabble with. And I've realized it's very dangerous. The thing is, people at OTT have realized that बहुत सारा audience ना, a lot of subscribers are coming to watch TVs that they've missed out on also. A lot of serials or shows that they watch otherwise on TV, they've missed out, they're coming to watch those. अभी TV++ model क्या कर रहा है? They have realized that series तो बन रही है ना, 8 episode, 10 episode, single season की. They'll give you a little more budget, and they'll ask you to deliver 200 episodes maybe in that budget. So it's a little tricky. That पैसे तो नहीं मिल रहे, आधे पैसे में double content देते हो, वो वाला logic है. So if you're okay with it, then there are people who are trying to crack that. But it's a very tricky model to crack also because you actually have to deliver a lot of content in a lot less budget. So it's a very difficult thing to crack. But it's like थोड़ा TV plus ही है. तो TV का जो budget है एक serial का, उसके थोड़े plus budget में you have to deliver series content, quality of a series content. So I don't know very, I'm not sure वो कितना work successful हो जाएगा. It will look like better produced TV, that's it. I don't think anything more than that.
I think they're just shifting platforms from television to OTT, and it's a proven business model. If you have a running production house and a single set like a sitcom, then it can happen, I think. And regarding marketing, in Kerala, we are very lucky because we only have 10 influence and 3 marketing teams.
That's the best thing. सबसे बढ़िया.
I would like to just come in here. I think Mumbai mein people are more aware of Malayalam cinema than they are aware of Hindi cinema.
Yeah, and thanks
So-
to North Indian people, and as soon as a Malayalam movie comes out, they look it up and they promote it, and without we being without we approaching them, and so that's great. That works for us. Yeah.
Like जो sorry, I'm saying something. जो चिदम्बरम कह रहे हैं ना, ये मलयालम फिल्मों ने कहानी पर इतना काम किया है. This is true. Like within 4-5 years, last 4-5 years, इतना मुझे लगता है कि मलयालम सिनेमा कंज्यूम किया गया है नॉर्थ बेल्ट में, बिकॉज दे हैव वर्कड वेरी हार्ड ऑन देयर कंटेंट. जो हम बात करेंगे कंटेंट का जो मिक्सचर है, अच्छा कंटेंट होगा, मार्केटिंग होगी, फिल्म चलेगी.
And without any fuss.
But I'll talk on behalf of everyone in this room.
And they're taking risk, like smaller producers, small budget, crore, 2 crore, जो भी छोट, but they're taking risk. I hope
Yeah,
कि वहाँ
totally,
corporate structure इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. मतलब individual producers हैं शायद.
Yeah, exactly. Even our stars go to great lengths. Even for Mammootty, last year he did a role of a homosexual, like
Yeah.
so, which is very unheard of, like from other industries, and that too, that senior guy. So everyone is like in the same page in Malayalam.
Like Fahad Fasil, मतलब I have seen that कुंबल नगी नाइट्स. तो like जो उन्होंने किया है, जो भी उनकी फिल्मों की क्वालिटी है, और वो आप देखिए कि कैसे बढ़ता जा रहा है. मतलब वो जो पहले 10 करोड़ 20 करोड़ को भी 80, उसकी ऑडियंस इतनी बढ़ती जा रही है. दैट्स द मॉडल अकॉर्डिंग टू मी वन स्टूडियो शुड एक्वायर. कि उनको थोड़ा सा भाई कि हम पैसा डालेंगे, पैसा जलाएंगे, बट उसमें बहुत विन विन सिचुएशन है. जो मलयालम फिल्मों ने किया है, it's a very win-win situation.
No, but that's what's happened. I was saying that on behalf of this whole room, I can say this. कि क्या हो रहा है ना, in the last 5 years, so much credibility has been built by actors and filmmakers from Malayalam cinema in Mumbai, that now you don't need to see a trailer of a film to decide whether you want to watch it or not. You see the names. You see Fahad Fazil का film है, you'll go for it. You'll not wait for कि देखते हैं review कैसे आता है. Or you'll see किसे Sobin Shahir है, Sobin is there, or a Sushin Cham musical. You know you're going to go and watch the film because it is going to be always at a certain level that will deliver over or be at that level. So I think that it's hats off to the way they've built over the last 4 years, the kind of credibility that individual names have built in the industry.
Hello. Hi, my name is Raka. I'm an actor, writer. Firstly, I want to thank the panel. It's been very insightful. I just have one question because all three of you are, you have a horror genre film. And we spoke a lot about marketing and everything. But I want to know from a Raz back in 2002 to these 3 films, which is very different from what Indian audience is used to when it comes to horror genre films, right? And how do you see this change in the horror landscape in the country? Because as part of a Gen Z culture, I am someone who's watched Longlegs and Conjuring and that sort of, but I have also watched Raz. But if I have to watch today a film like Tumbar, which I've seen before, and I've gone back and I've watched it, and so what's your take on how it has changed, and do you see it changing more? Anyone, it's open to all
So,
of you. Thank you.
actually, adding to that question, because we were just talking, Gayatri and I earlier also, that do you also think there is a fear of saturation at some point, especially with horror comedies? So,
No, see, it's, because I have made a horror comedy, I would say that my film was made for kids. We were very clear. The day we started making this film, we said Munja is a character that kids would freak out with. And we said we want to make it horror enough for them to consume, but not go beyond a certain level where they would be averse to going to a theater to watch a film. And that is eventually why I think the film has done the numbers, because kids and families came to watch the film. So when you know what genre you're dabbling with, I think you have to be very clear, as he said, that it was meant for those age group of boys. Like, I completely associated myself with this group of boys who went on the trip like that, because it is what it is. You know, you kind of somewhere relate. So your audience clarity is very important, that who you're making that film for. Long Legs, again, is not in the same genre of Munja, because again, it's a different film. It's a pure horror film. So I think it depends, and I'm sure horror is exploring. In the Street 2, again, is a different kind of horror comedy, unlike a Bhedia also. So I feel horror comedies, yeah, you kind of will find a bit of saturation because everybody is making those now. You'll see every film production company wanting to make a horror comedy because of the numbers. And you will come to a point where you'll be कि बहुत हो गया, अभी हर दूसरी film horror comedy आ रही है. But you also will know between those which are the ones you would want to watch and which are the ones you would totally discard at even a trailer level. Yeah.
Like for me, Tumbad is not a horror film, according to me. First of all, it's a दादी माँ की दंत कथा. It's a folklore. और I think जो हो रहा है ना वो ये है कि in these premises ना you can play a lot. कि भाई अगर कॉमेडी है या रोमांस है तो आपका पता है कि लड़का लड़की मिलेंगे, बात ख़त्म. इसमें कोई पाताल से आ सकता है, कोई स्वर्गलोक से आ सकता है, इसमें कोई राक्षस हो सकता है. तो दैट जॉनरा ना, फोकलोर जॉनरा, मुझे लगता है अभी बहुत टाइम है उसमें सैचुरेट होने में. हॉरर कॉमेडी की बात है कि हो सकता है, बट अभी तो चल रहा है और इसका मुझे लगता है अभी तो शुरू हुआ है. और जहाँ तक प्योर हॉरर, लाइक यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉन्जरिंग, मुझे लगता है वो तो शुरू ही नहीं हुआ अभी तक. वो तो भी शुरू होना बाकी है. इट हैजंट स्टार्टेड येट. या मतलब वी आर नॉट मेकिंग हॉरर फिल्म्स, लाइक इट्स अ हॉरर कॉमेडी. आपको डर नहीं लगता है मुंजा देखते हुए, आपको स्त्री देखते, मतलब राज देखते हुए डर लगता है भाई. तो वो तो भी शुरू नहीं हुआ है. मुझे लगता है कि वो जॉनरा तो भी शुरू होना बाकी, आई गेस.
तुम्बाड़ देखते हुए डर लगा सबको. You might not.
नहीं यार, तुम्बाड़ देखते हुए देखो, अगर आप देखो कि एक बार हंसतर आपको दिख गया तो उसके बाद डर नहीं है, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी. मतलब हमारी फिल्म में भाई भूत नहीं है, तुम्हारी फिल्म में भी भूत नहीं है. उसने करेक्टली बोला कि राक्षस है. आप समझ रहे हो कि हमारी फिल्म में भूत नहीं है, स्पिरिट नहीं है. दादी माँ की कहानी कैसी होती थी कि एक राजा था, वो एक, सॉरी मुझे पता है.
नहीं नहीं.
पर क्या करें?
So you have the last word. So the good thing is you have the last word and you can say this and we have to
शो
close.
का टाइम खत्म हो रहा है क्या? मेरी मेंबरशिप है, मैं बात करूँगा. तो लाइक सॉरी, मतलब भूल ही गया मैं. तो मैं ये कह रहा था कि
टाइम आएगा
हाँ,
हॉरर
दादी माँ की कहानी कि वो जैसे कि राक्षस है, कि मुंजा में भी राक्षस है, कि ऐसा नहीं कि भूत है. मतलब वो भी हम डीकंस्ट्रक्ट कर नहीं पाए. जॉनरा की कमी होने के कारण हम नाम दे देते हैं कि ये हॉरर कॉमेडी है, ये वो है. पर इनकी फिल्म में भी राक्षस है वो, तो हमारी फिल्म में भी राक्षस है. तो मुझे लगता है कि हॉरर तो शुरू होना बाकी है, वीराना बननी बाकी है. हैव यू सीन वीराना बाय द वे? प्लीज़ वॉच इट. If you want to watch horror, then you should watch Virana, Purani Haveli, Purana Mandir.
Okay. Now on that note, thank you so much, all the panelists. Really, it's very insightful, and I know that a lot of you still have questions. And if you're around, I would encourage you to sort of catch them before they get into the lift. Yeah. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Thank you.